Welcome to the Mayan Dreamspell. So in today's video, we're looking at the 13 days of the White Worldbridger. This is a 13-day cycle that began about 3 days ago, so I'm a bit late with this video. But it's kind of in tying with the theme of the Wavespell. And this Wavespell is known as the White Worldbridger. And the ancient Maya, they used to carve this on the walls as a skull. That was like their representation of this archetype. And the Worldbridger is the archetype of death. It's all about, dropping into, over this 2 weeks, what it means to surrender to the natural ways of life. And, death is one of the most obvious places we can see this energy represented, in the sense that, a lot of our Western cultures especially have a deep fear of death, a deep fear of letting go of control, especially in the masculine archetypes on this planet. The masculine energy, it gets safety from being in control. And we see this right now around the world, especially on the east coast of Australia. I'm thankfully on the west. And where we're seeing governments starting to really hammer down and seize power and seize control in ways that we've never seen before because of the fear of death, the fear of what's happening out there with COVID and all these different things. And this isn't a discussion around those topics themselves, but really looking at the natural response of that masculine energy, this idea of control, of how we use control to try and feel safe. And this White Worldbridger energy that we're in right now, it goes for about 13 days, well, for 13 days. We're in day 4 now. It's going to really challenge you. It's going to challenge all of us as a collective and individuals to see if, can you trust that if you just take care of your part of the picture, that everything else will find its place, that everything else will fit into where it is? Because we spend a lot of our time, yelling and shouting about how everyone else should change, about what everyone else should do. And feeling like, well, if I don't say something, if I don't do something, if I'm not loud and vocal, nothing will change. And all we're doing is locking into this kind of fear-based control mechanism and expecting someone else to cave under us, or someone to cave. Whereas this Worldbridger is really asking for surrender. And as much as I talk about these big global, things that have been happening, during these 2 weeks, it's more about coming deeper into your own belief systems. What belief systems are you still carrying from your past that may have happened from, things like trauma and things where you really were in danger? Maybe you really were hurt, really were challenged, And in these situations, they create these belief systems, these programs in that survival part of our brain that continue to play out if we don't deal with them, if we don't let them go, if we don't recognize if their time is up. And so during this 13 days of the White Worldbridger, the invitation is to really just have awareness of where are you trying to remain in control in your life? And is it healthy control, or is it a kind of fear-based control? Is it inspired that you're, for example, controlling a drone, helicopter or something in the sky because it's fun? Or are you trying to control someone else's behavior because it scares you if you're not doing so? And what you'll find is that there are a lot of control patterns that are hiding away under us, no matter how much we think we don't have them. And these control patterns, if we continue to allow them to dictate how we behave in our lives, then what it does is it actually prevents us from being able to see the potential of what is possible for us right in front of our eyes, because we're so busy seeing through the fear of the past. And this is just like as I started with the fear of death. If you are walking out in the world with a constant fear of dying, then even crossing the street becomes a just ridiculously huge exercise. If you're looking at it through the fear of death, if that is always present, everything we do, is so much more amplified. So there is a point where we need to surrender our control and to trust to trust that whatever happens, as long as I do what feels right for me, what is correct for me in this moment, that everything else will find its alignment around me when the time's right, whenever it's right, however it's right. And so with that being said, we have to also understand that right now change is scary and people want to bring all their baggage. You know, it's like, look at DeSo. So those watching this on YouTube, you know, I'm sharing this on DeSo, decentralized social blockchain. DiamondApp is one of the, diamondapp.com is one of the places to access. I'll put my affiliate link in the thing below. You can get a free $25 if you use it to set up and verify. And if you do, make sure you tag me, let me know in your first post so I can give you your first tips. But back on topic, when people are coming to this new platform, this new decentralized platform, they're bringing their old expectations of how centralized social media has operated in the past. They're bringing their expectations of how business in the traditional sense has operated in the past. And I believe that it's getting in their ways from being able to enjoy the platform. It's getting in their way of being able to just let go and trust that something magic is happening. Well, let's just play. Let's just see what happens. And if you bring those old ideals from the old social media, centralized social media like Facebook, etc., onto the platform, then that's kind of the experience that you will receive, the reflection that you will get, if any at all. But if you can come onto the platform with an open mind, letting go of any preconceptions, any preconceived ideas of what, how, and why, then, you know, anything is possible. And I can tell you that's how I came to DeSo 7 months ago. And the community that I've come to meet around the place has been spectacular. The people that opportunities that have opened up, I never would have imagined would have been there. But they only came about when I was willing to let go of what I thought was in front of me, and instead just relaxed into actually exploring with an open mind, letting my old belief systems die away and letting new ways be born inside me, new ways of seeing things. So I look forward to seeing where we go from here. Please do pop some comments below if this triggered any thought processes for you, any contemplations or anything you like. And if you do sign up to Diamond App on the DeSo blockchain, then make sure to find me at Mark Bentley in one word and tag me in one of your posts, and I'll see you on the other side.